Hi everybody, welcome to Kate's Space. I am wanting to make some envelopes with you today. I hope you'll stick around and craft with me. These are 3 from my 100 days of envelopes that I did a flip through of the other day. Thank you so much for your kind comments about the envelope collection. Now these are made from a tutorial that Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventures did on how to make these sort of long flap style jewellery repair envelopes. As you can see, mine are all a little bit different sizes. Oh, they are too. Maybe that just had something to do with how big my paper was. It will be because that's a digital. The only design fault I think about this is the side part tends to get a lot of stress when you try and open it, and I found that they are tearing there. Now I don't know how to fix that. I've kind of tried to redesign them a little bit, but I haven't managed to come up with a solution. I went online to have a look to see if I could see any of store-bought ones on Etsy, and I saw a few, and the difference I'm going to make to Wendy is I'm going to make my flap longer this way. I think that I want the flap to be longer, so this is my sort of prototype here, and as you can see it's about the same length, but this hasn't been turned up at the back yet, that bit there, so it's a bit shorter but the flap's longer. I like the longer flap. Okay, so how do we go about doing this? I've got an avocado dyed piece of paper, so this is one of the ones I did a few weeks back, and I love the color that I've got, and I tried to do some of that lace, plastic lace. I don't know if you can see it, it came through a little bit, but it wasn't as successful as I would have liked, but I still love the color. And this is just some light tea stained paper. So these are A4 sheets, which are a different shape to the American size, but anyway, really it's just the measurement from the top of how long you want your flap to be. So let's go ahead. I thought maybe we could make some and decorate them. The first thing to do is fold your piece of paper in half lengthways. And these dyed papers, I normally put them in my paper book press, but I haven't this time. I kind of like the crinkliness of them, so I guess if I want them flat I can put them in the book press at a later date. So we've folded our pieces of paper in half lengthways, and then what we need to do is measure down how long we want our flap to be, and mine is about 5. I think I made it, yeah, 5 1/4, which by the time you leave that gap there will make your flap 5 inches. So you could make it longer, but I think that's about right. So 5, what did I say, 5 1/4, yep. So at 5 1/4 you cut along one side. I don't think it matters which one it is. Okay, so I'm just going to measure from the top. I normally would do this on my cutter, but I don't want to get up and down. So 1 1/4, 5 1/4, 5 1/4, and you just cut along that line. Now I'll just use my knife. You can use scissors, you can use your cutter. Oh, sorry, that was loud. And you just go as far as the fold, no further. Like that. Yep. So now you've got that. This is going to be your envelope. This is going to be your flap. Now you don't want, well, there's a couple of things you could do. You could take some off here, or you can take some off off the top. I'm going to take some off the bottom there. So you measure another 1/4 inch and you take that off. You can guesstimate it if you want. You know me, I can't cut a straight line to save my life, so I am going to try and do it this way and get it at least a little bit straight if I can. How are you all today? I hope everybody is well and this video finds you well and getting some creative things happening. Okay, so now we have the bottom of the envelope and the flap, and you want the flap to bend at the top to leave that little gap, if you know what I mean. So you want that little gap up the top here so that you can get things in and out. All right, easy peasy. Then the next thing you do is fold. What did I do? I took a 1/4 inch off this very edge. I am doing it differently to Wendy, so that's just how it is. If you can find this too confusing, you can always go back and watch hers. So I'm taking this 1/4 inch off because we're going to fold the other side. We're going to fold it over a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to line my piece of paper up on my mat and I'm going to fold this over a 1/4 inch, and that's going to make the little join there, and it should meet pretty much. The way Wendy does it is she folds it over and then cuts it afterwards, but what I found I kept doing was catching the side. I found I just kept catching the side of my envelope and reopening it up. So for me this is just works. This will be better, I think. And again, it's not completely straight, but that's okay. So that's that, and I'm going to glue it shut along that little gusset here. Just using some art glitter glue, and I'm just going to close that up. I know it's not perfect, but I think it'll be okay. And then you actually glue this one closed, so that makes your flap a little bit heavier. It has a bit more weight to it because it's double, so that's quite nice. I'm sorry about the glare. Oh, my screen mirroring has stopped again. Okay, well that's just a big fat waste of money, unless someone's tried to ring me and my phone stopped recording. No, it hasn't. Okay, well I will try very hard to stay within the view of the lens so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we have our flat envelope now. We've cut that edge off so it all lines up. Now, as you can see, so this is where I find the weak spot is over here. And I'm not sure how to deal with that. The envelopes that I saw are slightly tapered here, so you can do that. And then we're also going to fold this up just about half an inch to make the fold, you know, fold up the bottom bit. So I'm just gonna cut up there and there, and then I'm gonna tear this bit off. You're not gonna see it. And that's the bit that folds up, and you can just keep dropping things, sorry. You can Do that and that. There it is. So yeah, again, you can taper these down if you want to. So as you can see, the flap is much bigger, quite like that. I haven't closed it up, so I'll just just glue that shut there. And think about how we want to okay, so I'm going to make that the lid with the pattern on it. So again, I'm going to measure down 5 1/4 inches. I don't know why I'm doing it in inches, but I am. And I'm going to cut at that point. Separate my top fold over bit. There we go. And then I'm going to cut again 1/4 inch down from there. Or you could go 1/4 inch up. Let's do 1/4 inch up and see what that does, whether it changes the look of our envelope at all. Just make sure you lay it out so you don't cut through both of the layers of the lid. There we go, and then just cut that little bit out. So that just gives you the gap so you can actually put things in and out of the envelope if you want to. Right, so then I do 1/4 inch off this side, which is probably about 1/2 centimetre, I don't know. It is just what I'm doing, so there. And this is heavier paper, this pink one. I don't know if I said that. I think it might be like, yeah, it is, because you can see the torn edge. It is A3 drawing paper, sketch pad paper that I had. And so I think it's probably at least 100 GSM, so it's heavier than copy paper. And I think that tea dyed one we've just done was definitely copy paper. So I'm going to fold under 1/4 inch and hopefully it'll meet up. I think that's 1/4 inch. Just measuring it on my mat, it doesn't look like much when I do that. It doesn't look like enough to fold it over. There we go. Kayla keeps sending me the most adorable pictures of Valley. That's my granddaughter, her baby. It's amazing how much they change so quickly. She's 3 months old now. I did actually pop a little picture of her up on my stories. Couldn't resist. Don't want to do any baby spam, but I might pop one up now while you're here. Okay, so then I'm going to glue that together. I mean, you just might not be able to be daft making envelopes, and that's fair enough. I mean, you can just get envelopes. I can't get anything like this, and it's just a little bit of a different, it's just a bit of, oops, sorry. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. It's just a bit of a change, something a bit different. I might just use my knife. Again, the glare, I'm really sorry about it. It's just the weather is so dark. Okay, so there we've got it, and then we just fold it up against that top bit. So we've got the gap. There we go. And there's our envelope. I'll just fold this one over the back this way. and do the cutting, and then we need to do some decorating. I hope you found that easy to follow. I have to admit, when I was making them for my 100-day project, I think I went back and watched Wendy's video so many times. She's probably got her watch time on that video, probably went up quite a lot. There we go, and then just glue that shut. So like I said, my measurements are a little bit different and my technique's a little bit different from Wendy's, but I learned it from her, and my flaps are a little bit longer. So that is the difference. There is the difference between cutting that bit there. Yeah, how you cut that gap depends on how long your envelope, well, the envelope should be at the same size, but they're not. Anyway, it's magic. So now we have these beautiful envelopes where you've got to think about where you might be putting them. You could glue it into a journal or tuck it in somewhere, or it could even hang over a page. And so that will determine how you are going to decorate it. And of course I haven't really thought about that yet. I think the pink one would look nice with some doily, maybe. Some right here. And go that way or that way, depending on what you're going to put on there. Or it could go on the cover. So I'm gonna put it underneath. Hello, I'm back. I've gathered a few things and had a little bit of a think. And it is actually the next day, and it's a much brighter day, so I don't have to have my light on. So I thought I'd finish this video, and I don't know, I don't think I'll get another one done, but I would love to. It's lunchtime on Saturday, so I'm not sure when this video will go up. Yeah, later next week maybe. Anyway, I found this pattern tissue paper, and I decided I wanted to use some of my old wallpaper on the front here. So I think I'm gonna glue this on. I don't need too much around the edge though, but I kind of want it sort of curling up and over. I'm really liking that at the moment, as you know. And then I've got a little bit of drawing paper with that lovely edge that I love. And I found a little flower, and I've got these little flowers too, and the pink's not quite right, but I wonder if it matters. It's kind of cute. But I was wondering if I need something to keep going up here, but no, I think that's going to be enough. I just might glue it on and then tear that down to where I want it later. And then this will lift up, and I've got that so far underneath. I've got some of Sample's labels. I had them floating around, and I'm not sure where I put them. They ended up getting spilt, I think, which is a bit of a shame because I wouldn't mind using one. I could use a little, actually quite like a little seal instead. That's kind of cute. I might do that instead. Okay, I'm not going to think about it for too long because that is one of my main problems. So I'm just going to glue the tissue down onto the flap of the envelope. and I can deal with tearing that to the right size later. And then I might just go like this because I want to see. Yeah, so that's way too big, so I'm going to tear a little bit off this end. David and I went out for a lovely meal yesterday to our favourite little local place called Alessandro's. It's not far from here. We really love it. And you can't book, you just sort of turn up. So we went sort of early. It was just still pouring with rain and just such grotty weather. But yeah, we had a lovely meal. We always have a good sort of chat and catch up when we're out, because there's no sort of distractions of home, since David works at home. So, and I guess, yeah, I'm at home too doing my crafting things. So the temptation can be to just disappear and go and do a bit more work or play, depending on what you call it. I can't actually get that edge off now, so there, I probably should have done that earlier. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. This is one of my hoardy wallpapers that I very rarely use, and I know I probably put it on upside down but I wanted the stripes on this side, so that's just how it's going to go. And then this little piece of drawing paper, it's a lovely cream colour. And my bit of ledger from 1906. And then I think the flower and the seal. Or do we just need this? We could just have the seal by itself, maybe with some fabric behind it. Oh, I forgot I had this too. That would have been nice on it. I might just do, I've got that one with the fabric behind it. Kind of like the fabric behind them. That one's pretty too. I think this is the closest. I think I like that colour on here, so I'm just going to tear a bit of this really gauzy fabric. And just put that behind it. Which glue shall I use? How is everybody? It's the weekend. Well, that's the weekend now for me, and it's coming up the weekend for everybody now. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. David's gone off on a big run up into the hills, and later I have a lady who's coming to do the house sitting for us and look after the dogs and cats while we're away. She's coming to just, I think she was going to take, she wanted to take the dogs for a walk, but David's got his dog with him up in the hill, so he won't be back, I don't think, by the time she gets here. That's all right, we can take Jet for a walk along the river. And I can just show her, because when she visited last time it was quite dark. And really that was just to meet her and have a chat and decide whether we thought she'd be a good match for the dogs in our place. And then what else have I been doing? I've been cleaning. So David's off on his walk. I've been cleaning. Starting to think about, you know, just getting ready to go away. Always get a little bit anxious before I go away, because, you know, I always feel like there's so much to do. But then when you're gone, you just realise actually none of that stuff was actually that big a deal. But anyway. When you have a house sitter, however, you do have to do a big clean up and have the place looking really clean, rather than just leaving it going away on holiday and dealing with it when you get back. So yeah, so that will be early next week. I won't be doing, that's why I kind of wanted to get some videos done so that I could still have some stuff happening and going, you know, being able to put stuff up while I'm away. I'm not like these amazing ladies who do a video for every day that they're away. Wow, they're just phenomenal YouTube material makers, YouTube creators, aren't they? Anyway, we will get there, or we won't, and it doesn't really matter either way. Okay, so there's my front of my envelope. I still want one of those little, I still would quite like one of those little labels. I'm so annoyed that I spilt them all. I have got the ones that I've stamped onto paper. I could use those. These always look really nice. Actually, maybe just a little one. The Paris one's nice. This is the one I've lost, the one that says carte postale. So disappointed. I don't know where it's gone. Probably, well, it possibly got dropped. Actually, if it's a jewellery repair, it doesn't really look like a jewellery repair. Envelope. It could almost have a number, couldn't it? I might just pop that in there. Maybe I'll tear it a bit there. Oops. There you go. And then, oh, I'm just going to pull that out. What do you think? Oh my. Okay, that screen mirroring program that I bought is a dud. What is it even called? Oh, I need to contact them maybe and just say this is happening and why is it happening. They'll probably tell me to turn my computer on and off again, which is probably something that I could think about doing. So that's there. That's very square, but that's okay. Maybe I should put the number on the inside. It's done now. We could put this down here, but it's quite a lot. Let me just check if the video is still going. Yeah, it is. So I'll just do my best to stay in shot. A little bit of tatting on there would look nice. This is a piece that I've pretty much almost completely pulled apart, and I just don't know whether I'm going to use all these straggly bits. I probably will. I think I'll hang on to them. Yeah, I'm going to sew that on. Okay, I'm going to pause the camera and sew that on and then come back. Okay, I've sewn that little bit of tatting on, and I think I'm just going to pop that there. That's kind of cute. Yeah, I'm going to do that because it will be good to get these finished and get this video done. My knee's been really playing up with my walking and exercise, so I decided to buy a new pair of sort of trail running shoes, trail walking shoes, and see if that makes any difference at all. Just want to keep moving because it's just pretty much beginning of the end if you stop moving around, you know, stop exercising and being active. Not that I'm super active at all. I could be much more active. But I'm trying to be active and to get out and enjoy the outdoors. But I wasn't in 100 years gonna go with David because he's gone up into the bush, which is quite a drive to start with, and then he's going to go for a big run through the bush. That will probably take him all day because, like I said, he's training for that run, which is, I remember the name of it now, if you remember me talking about it in one of my other videos, or maybe earlier in this video. It's called the Goat. Probably called the Goat because it's up and down through valleys and up rivers, and yeah, you have to be like a flippin' goat to be able to do it. He's done it before when he was younger, so him and his 2 brothers are training to do it. They've all entered, so I'll be the support crew. Don't know what I'm going to do while they're running it, because I guess it'll take them about 4 hours maybe, though David seems to be quicker than what he thinks he is. So, but yeah, it's a pretty full-on run, and then of course it depends on the weather. You never know what the weather's going to be like down that part of the island near the mountain. So here we go, that is glued on. Hopefully not too much glue will seep through. I'll just put a little bit under here. I might use the fabric glue for that. Where's my little bottle of fabric glue? Someone was asking on my Graphics Fairy tag video about the art glitter glue. Shane, that was you. I'll put a link. I'll have a look and I'll put links to where I get mine, or got mine. I think my last lot I actually got in Australia while I was there. I just took advantage of ordering it while I was there. Because, I mean, even like when I was talking about the glue stick at the warehouse stationery, I mean, seriously, how hard is it to have glue stick available? But anyway, I shouldn't complain. There we go. So there's the first one. And like I said, with these, there's a sort of a weak point here, depending on what you, I mean, they're fine, but it just in there. I think some of mine I've put like washi tape in there just to strengthen it, and you could do that. Okay, so we've got time to do the other one. Where is it? Here's my other one. So this is just tea stain. I think I might make this one a bit grungy. I might take the ink to this one and make this one sort of really tatty, grungy looking. Where's my ink? Man, I thought I tidied up. Or maybe I did tidy up. That's the problem. Here we go. There's that. And I don't know where the dauber... Oh, yep, there it is. Right in front of me. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I was actually going to go to the gym this morning. I think I might have said that at the beginning of this video, which was yesterday evening. But oh, my body was a bit sore. So now the plan is to go tomorrow. Take Jet for a walk with the house sitter who's coming today. Not a long walk. And then hopefully get myself to the gym tomorrow, because today would have been a body pump class, and I'm just not sure whether I would have been up to that. So now I've got this plate of things here, which are sort of left over from a kit, a 49 and Market kit it, and I use some of them in my journal, my upcoming journal. That's the Graphics Fairy one. I'm wondering whether some of these we could make like a sort of a grungy. Oh, there's some old wallpaper. Not sure whether this will work. I kind of like these flowers. Maybe not. Just maybe need something else behind there. This wants to break there, so I'm going to break it. Not sure about that. It was a good idea at the time, but now I'm not really loving it. I think I want something behind there. Maybe some, I guess I could do some old book page or something. Or even just some old brown paper. I don't know how I'm going to get that to stay on, that's the only thing. It's quite nice. Okay, I'm having technical difficulties today. I just did all this and it didn't, I pressed record, but it didn't record. I don't know why. So I took the lid. I found an old piece of paper bag and this book page, which is from an old reckoner. I think they used them for calculations back in the day. And it's quite brittle paper. Oh, look, I've got a little bit spare here. I might pop that under there, actually. Anyway, and then I've glued, I've held mostly this die cut on with the flowers, and then gone around with my art glitter glue and just sort of put a bit of glue under these bits here, which will probably, I guess after a while they'll lift. Anyway, it looks quite cool. And then I had prepared some of this, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I kind of like that just under there. Poking under like that. I'm not sure what else I would put there. Maybe some different washi tape. I do like these ones. I think we're recording now. I hope we are. Oh my gosh. I'll just stick this down and then I think I'll call it a day and get this one edited, because we're having technical issues. So if it's not the weather that's causing terrible light issues, then it's yeah, I don't know what to do, but I kind of want to use that scrap there, so I'm just going to put this scrap here. Just going to do it. Just tear that bottom bit off, and can always add something later at a later date when inspiration hits, or you've got the perfect little scrap and you go, oh, that's what I wanted. Lots of numbers there. Okay, so there we go. At least you know how to make the long flap envelopes now. I'm just gazing around for the other one. Yep. And you can make them in any, then you can decorate them however you like. Great to pop in journals, great for little happy mails too, actually, because you could pop actually quite a decent amount of little things in there for someone and then post it off if you wanted to. And I actually tried making an extra long one with this drawing paper, so this is super long with a really long flap, but I don't know, I haven't put the bottom up yet. So yeah, you can make them all different lengths really once you've got sort of the idea of how to do it. Excuse me. There we go. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed that and you'll make some, and if you do and you put it on Instagram, tag me, that'd be cool. Love spending time with you and crafting with you, and I appreciate all your kind comments and your support, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.